give me a shout out if you're here. So do say hello. So if you missed that at the beginning, I'm Kerry from Mobilates, and I'm here to do 30 minutes of mindful, gentle, relaxing exercise. And you can do it standing, you can do it sitting, and I've got a mat here, but you can do it on your bed. So you can start sitting on your bed, and then when we come for the lying down bit, you just lie back on your bed. Take the duvet back first, or blankets and things, just so you're on the mattress. And a couple of cushions or pillows, always a good idea, especially if you're on a bed and you want a bit of extra support. So we're going to take it nice and gentle. We're going to start with a bit of breath work. So you can either be standing like me, soft knees, my feet just give me good spread so they're about hip width apart, but just so you're nice and comfortable. And if you're sitting forward slightly so you're not touching your back on the chair, or if you're sitting on your bed, just sitting up. And we're just going to put a hand on the chest here and a hand on the belly. And before you even take a breath in, I want you to let the belly go. We're not pulling it back. We're not holding anything in. Hello, Irene. Nice to see you again through the screen. We're just going to let the belly be soft, because our breath is going to come in through our nose, down into our lungs. The diaphragm is going to move down. Just the belly will swell. And then as we breathe out, it'll move in. Diaphragm will go back up. So let's just do a little bit of breathing. You can keep your eyes open or you can close them, all through the nose if you can. And whilst you're doing that, just notice where you feel it. Do you feel it in the belly? Or do you feel it in your chest? There should be a bit of movement in both. It depends on your pattern of breathing, how your body's going to move. So we're aiming for that belly to go forwards a little. Then the chest follows it. And as we breathe out, they both go slowly down, like a little deflation. So just a few more of those, just to settle yourself. And this is your last one. And if your eyes are shut, slowly start to flutter them open. The fluttering lets the light in gently. Hands can come down. And then just check in with your feet. They're pointing forwards. If you're sitting, they're pointing forwards. Your knees are about 2 fists apart. And then, just sitting or standing where you are, I want you to think about your belly area here again. So we've done that calm breath, everything was soft. Now, you're standing up and pulling back a little, so that belly's a little bit firmer. And I'm just going to come and drop, imagine cold water just being sprayed across here. It's icy cold. So as you feel it, just pull your belly back with the shock of the cold. That's that engagement in your belly muscles. It's transverse abdominis, the corset muscles. So we just want them to be a little bit engaged. Now you've got that feeling, use your belly muscles just to bring your pubic bone up and then back. Pelvic tilts. So that's the standing version. If I'm sitting, I'll show you from the side. You see my back just rounding as I pull my belly back, and then just goes forwards. My belly softens a little that way, but it's all coming from belly muscles, not my bum, not my back. They're just moving for the ride, the back muscles here. It's just warming up your lower back. Lovely. And make that smaller, and then just holding it still. So you're neither stuck out a lot or tucked under a lot. You're somewhere in between. Then let your arms hang or hands rest on your legs if you're sitting. Just bring your chin back. You'll know when you've done it because you'll feel all these double chins. And then just relax. Bring it back. Relax. Bring it back. Now we're going to turn our heads like a turntable. One way and the other. Keep it moving. Let your shoulders just stay there. traveling downwards a little. You can squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back. Think of it as a little hug on the spine. And then next time we turn to one side, stay there, look up a little, and then roll your chin down, look up to the other side. Nice fluid movement. Still breathing. I'm breathing in and out through my nose, but you could breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth if you like. As long as you're breathing, that's the important thing. And just be aware of your neck. You don't want your head to drop forwards. You're sort of controlling this with these extra chins underneath. Last one coming up. Then bring it back to the center. And then we're just going to bring our shoulders up and down, up and down. Up with an inhale if you like. Down with an exhale. Really gentle, no sudden movements. And then just give one shoulder a little roll back and the other one a little roll back. And just keep that going, singles. I'm trying to let my shoulder do the work. I'm trying not to let my elbow do that. It's bending a little bit, it can't seem to help it. But just let the shoulders do it. Now both together. And then let's do a few forwards. Singles. Singles. I always think this feels a bit funny. It's a bit like swimming. And then together. And trying to stop your chin sticking out, bringing it back. That's it. And then one more back. Oh, lovely. Right, now we're going to do a little bit of work on our hands, our wrists particularly. So I'm going to bring my hands to camera, just holding like this. It's a bit like you're on a bike. And I just want to move them like that, forwards and backwards. As far as they want to go. Wrists can get really stiff, so you might have to ease yourself into this. And then a little side to side. I'm trying not to move my arms, just the wrists. My arms were moving a little bit. But really trying to get it in the wrist. If I show you this way up, you can see it there. And you might feel, I'm feeling a clunk as you do it. It's nothing to worry about. As long as it's not painful, it's okay. And then slow circles with this gentle fist. And I'm just trying to get those circles into that wrist joint rather than the rest of the arm. Then go the other way. And again, you might get some clunking. I'm feeling a bit of clunking on both sides. And then we can release the fingers. And then you can start to make it like a sort of infinity sign that you're drawing with your hands. And now your fingers are opened up and spread out gently. And now you can see my arms are along for the ride. So we're just working up the arms, the elbows are getting involved. And now the shoulders are coming in and out. And you can just leave it at the arms. This can be enough. You can see there's quite a lot of movement going on. But if you want to, you can start dipping forwards and looking up. So it's the top of my back coming into this, not my lower back, just the top. And if I was to do this sitting, just like that. And if you need to make it smaller, make it smaller if it needs to be really small. Some people like to go really big and go for a whole bending over, bending the knees, coming back up. Think like a wave. Here's your last one coming up. And we're going to have our feet about shoulder width, so a little bit wider. Same if you're in the chair. And we're just going to slide our hands down the side. Pull back up using these muscles. So you're really pulling into these muscles at the sides, the obliques. Hands are just having a little slide down. So on the chair, you can actually feel yourself, your hands just sliding down bits of the chair. Spine is really upright. Beautiful. Coming up to the middle again. And then we're going to do a little loose turn. So if you're sitting, just slide your hands up and down your legs and get your rotation that way. If you're standing, let your feet just come off the floor. See how my leg's moving? Foot's coming off the floor. I'm just looking around behind me to get a bit more rotation to the body. So if you're standing, keep going on that. Enjoy the air. Just running past your arms, travelling over your skin. If you're sitting, start to use your knee in the chair. You can get that air just travelling over your arms. Just watch your arm doesn't clunk into the chair. And then bring that back to the centre. And then we're going to go into a little cat-cow movement, standing up. So I'll show you the standing version. I'm going to do it almost like a little sit, like a little squat. And as I do that, my hands are just resting here. Now I'm going to tilt my pelvis that way. So you can see my bum sticks out, my back is arched. I'm going to look up. And then I'm going to tilt it the other way, tucking under. And my hands slide down. Sliding up, bottom sticks out. Tucking under, head going down. I'll show you from the side sitting down. But there's something else we can put into this, just to make it a little bit more fun and to relax the jaw. So next time you slide up and you're arched, we're going to put in a little inhale as we tuck. Exhale as you come up. And you get this sort of lion sound. It's a bit of a yoga move, really. But there's a lot of crossover. Make that your last one. Roll yourself up. We're going to do a little bit of balance work and work the feet. So if you're standing, take your weight into one leg. If you're sitting, you either lift your leg up like this, or you can lift your leg up just from that if you're comfortable. And then we're going to just point the foot and then bring those toes towards your nose. Always use a little balance. That's it. Just a few of those. And when I say point, it's really lengthening the foot. We don't want the toes all scrunching up. That's it. And then slow rotation of the ankle. And just like the wrists, you might get that clunk and click. Go the other way. That's it, but take it slow. Any sticky bits, just take your time. That one's done. We're going to go for the other side. I'll do this one sitting. So you need a little bit of room to off the floor. So I'm just going to hold my leg up like that. I'm going to lengthen. And then bring my toe towards the nose. Lengthen. Toe towards the nose. I'd love to know if any of you are doing this in your beds. Do tell me. Because I think it would work really nicely. Then start that rotation. Take it slow. That's it. And then the other way. Let those clunks and clicks just happen as long as they're not painful. It's fine. Just the body doing its thing. Oh, could hear that one. And then we're coming down. I'll show you the next bit sitting down. We're going to go into some heel raises. So you see my heels just going forwards and coming onto the ball of my foot. And then you can start to bring your arms up for that if you're standing. Just going through those singles. Just going to take it up. That's it, swapping over. And then we can bring them both together. So take an inhale. As you exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. You can even take those arms back a little, take them back, pressing back. Hands facing each other as you come forwards. Pressing back, and you'll feel it just a little bit at the back of your upper arms, your triceps. You can see it works in both positions. We're really trying to keep those ankles controlled so they don't do this and bend outwards. So it's just trying to keep them traveling ahead. And the knees as well, so they don't do that. If you find they do, you can always stick a cushion between your knees. And that's a really good way to give yourself a little bit of something to concentrate on, and the muscles to concentrate on. Last one coming up. And then we're going to do a little bit of squat work. So if you're standing, just going to send the bottom back. That's it. And stand up. The bottom goes back. See, my knees are just going over my here, over my feet a little. Trying to keep my back straight, hinging here. Now, how do you do this sitting down? So this time we're going to let our legs fall outwards, and then as they come in, squeeze your bottom together. So take the legs outwards, and then squeeze those glutes. Inhaling, exhaling and squeeze. You can see a sort of bounce up when I squeeze together. If you're still standing doing these ones, you can hold it there if you like, and then come up really, 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 really slowly. That works those muscles really nicely. You can even do a little bounce if you're feeling a little bit more energetic. That's a bit stronger. And really push up and down to bring yourself up, and keep your gaze looking ahead rather than down. If you look down, your balance is in the wrong place. And make the next one your last one. We're going to do a little roll down. So for a roll down, you can do a standard sort of roll down. So your legs are hip width apart, knees are bent, tuck your chin in, roll your shoulders back. And then it's like we're just rolling our head down the front line of our body, keeping the weight in our toes. And slowly, slowly letting yourself go down to a comfortable place. The aim is not to touch the toes or the floor. It's just to get to your place where you think, actually that's enough. You might have a little dangle of the arms here. Give the head a little nod. And then when you're ready, check the weight is slightly forwards into your toes. Breathe in. As you breathe out, pulling up through your belly. Slowly unfurling yourself, a bit like a fern. And then if you're doing this sitting down, very similar. Good to have the legs a little wider so there's room for you to go down in between. So chin goes back, roll the shoulders back, and then taking the chin down, rolling down this front line of the body, letting the back bend at the top. And then you can just rest your hands here if that's enough, or you can let your arms go down the front. They can have a little dangle. And when you're ready, take a breath in, pulling back into your belly to come up. And you can bend as much as you want to. If you really want a little one, just do a little one. So a little one might look like this. That might be enough. It's still got a little bit of dangle in those arms. It's lovely and passive for shoulders, especially if they're sore. And then take yourself down to your mat or onto your bed so you can lie on your back with your knees bent. I'm just going to take the camera down there, take the microphone down, move the chair back. Take your time. You might want a cushion under your head. So get yourself really comfortable. There we go. And when you're there, just have a little wriggle. That's a technical term. Have a little wriggle on the floor. Shimmy your hips from side to side. Just settle into the mat. And then bring your legs together so they're touching. Now take your heels out and your toes forwards. And you've now got hip distance legs. And then our arms are going down by the sides. We'll move them in a minute. So for the moment, we'll just leave them palms up, so a bit more open. Just going to take a breath in. And on that breath out, Just going to pull in these belly muscles a little. So nothing's moving. I'm expanding here for my breath in. And I'm just feeling this area tighten, like there's a zip doing itself up here. It's that same cold feeling as if I kind of sprayed you with ice cold water. So another breath in. This time, as you exhale, slide one leg away. Inhale, slide it back. Exhale, slide it away. Inhale, slide it back. And now the arms can do the same. Opposite arm to leg. So this leg, this arm. Inhale. As you exhale, slide the leg away. Take the arm back to wherever it wants to go. Mine's hovering. See, my palm is facing you. And then inhale, bring it in. Exhale, other side. You might find your arm goes further back each time as you're doing it. You might find your arm's never going to go back, and that's just how it is. That's okay. My arm doesn't want to go back. If it did, it would feel too much of a strain on my shoulder. So I'm just letting it do what it wants to do. I'm just letting it all be quite fluid. This area is controlling everything. Nothing's rocking. It's just the arm and leg moving. And if you're thinking, actually, I feel quite confident in this one, I want something a bit more challenging, next time you slide that leg away, let it just float out, not touch anything. And slide back just in the air. Just like that. If that feels too much, too heavy, just go back to sliding on the floor. Nice and slow. Trying to coordinate the arm and leg together, always a hard thing to do. And then we're going to make this slightly different. So we're going to slide that leg down and then let it roll out. See, my toes rolling towards you and my leg sort of bending towards you, opening out, coming back to the center. I'm going to do that same side again so you can see it again. Sliding forwards. Then my leg turns out, it rolls out in the hip towards you. It's just coming the side of my foot, just coming up the mat, rolling in towards you. One more on that side. Let's try the other side. Slide away, let the hip roll out so that foot falls out to the side, comes out, and then they come up. Still that hip distance apart. It's happening on an exhale. Inhale as it comes up and back. I know what you're thinking. Arms, let's do something with those. So I'm going to go back to this leg. We're going to have an arm like this. That leg's going to slide. I'm just going to take this arm out in a sort of circling motion. And then I'm going to alternate now. Going to get really complicated now and try and reverse it. So now I'm going to let a leg fall out, arm come round, push away, and then bring it back. Leg fall out. Oh, what happened with the arm? That's going away, I think. Bringing it. No, I lost it then. It doesn't matter as long as we're moving. I think we've got it again. Couple more of those for luck. Getting this lovely sideways movement and turning out of your hips. And then just have a little rest there. Let those palms go upwards. Let those legs have a sway. Bring your legs back. Now something slightly more controlled. Rest your hands just on your hips here. Your back's got this little tiny space behind it. So if you're not sure what I mean, let's just do a little pelvic tilt. So bring your pubic bone towards your nose. Feel all that lower back pressing and rounding into the mat. Now let it just relax away. So it's almost like there's a little bit of suspension there. Nice and steady across here. Imagine a tray of lovely cold drinks. I like elderflower. Elderflower sort of fizzy drink. That in a glass, loads of mint, ice, lemon, stuff like that. Tray of those, please. Now we're going to let this leg just roll out. So the hips rolling on its side. This leg is still. Rolling it back. So it's just opening out. Keep this leg still. Keep this beautifully still. Bring it back. One more. That's it. Oh, try not to wobble this one. It's hard. It's hard, try not to wobble it. Let's try this side. Exhale as it opens out. Inhale as it comes back. And that space stays between my legs when they come together. They're not touching, still this sort of hip width space. But this is beautifully level and controlled. This is where all the action is happening. All these muscles are just controlling everything. Last one. And then you can take your arms a little wider. See, my feet are going a little wider. And let your knees have a little fall in. Take a few breaths there. And then on your next inhale, get ready to move on the exhale. Go over the other way. Now I keep looking at you the whole time because I'm thinking about what you were doing. But you might find your head sort of rolls from side to side as you do this one. That's nice as well. And then we're going to bring both legs up, walk them in. Bring your knees towards your chest. It can be wide if that's comfortable, it doesn't matter. And then put your hands on them. They're going to do some steering. So let's take them together, circles. And you feel your back getting a little bit of a massage, rounding into the floor this time. Take it the other way. That's it. And then you can take them opposite directions. So I'm going down and round. And my hands are doing the work. My legs are just enjoying being steered. And then take it the other way, towards you and away. Lovely. And then we're going to do a really big, long stretch. So take your legs nice and long and wider than your shoulders. We're thinking star sort of shape. Have a little wriggle from side to side. Check you're comfortable. If that's a bit tight on your back, you can always bend your legs. We're going to have a big stretch. So take a breath in. Big breath. And as you breathe out, really stretch every part of you, every lever, your arms, your legs away from you. Even your head away from your neck. Oh, my hands are reaching right out. Breathe in. And just soften, let everything go floppy. We'll do another one. So get ready, breathe in. Stretch, 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 stretch. Lengthen those feet. You might even get your feet just coming off the floor. If your legs are tense, my hands have come off the floor. And then blow it all out. Let it go all floppy. Then take yourself onto your side. And just push yourself up with your hands. And I'm going to show you from this angle. Legs are wide again. Arms are back here. Now I've got my hands going out to the side and my arms quite wide. They're at least shoulder width. You can just let your elbows have a little bend. I'm just controlling myself here a little bit to keep that steady. You might try it with your hands inwards. Or my hands don't like that so much, I prefer outwards. And then you can let your legs come down and you can look the opposite way, get a little twist. You just keep doing that. And I'm trying not to sink into my shoulders like that. I'm pushing away. Might get a few clicks from your hips. You might find you travel down the mat or your bed as you do this. Oh, I feel like I'm disappearing. I'm going into another room. And then bring it back. And then just sitting comfortably. So it might be like this, might be like this, or this, might be like this. And then we'll just do a few side stretches. So just resting onto one side, keeping your bottom on the floor, stretching over, and then pushing away, going over the other side. Just keep going over. And then you can bring that arm in front and swap over. Nice and fluid and soft. Couple more. And take your arms out to the side, sitting however you want to. Palms outwards. We're going to take a big breath in. Arms are coming up as overhead as they can get. Fingers coming together. Breathe out. Bring all that goodness into your chest. Well done. 30 minutes of gentle mobilizing, all done. Hopefully you're feeling like you've had a nice little move. You're feeling nice and calm and relaxed. I'll see you again soon, back next week.